Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. It appears we've got no sound in this video, even though we've tried to restart it. Oh, we have got sound. Good. So good. This is the AMX 1357 Grand Final. It's a Tier 7 French premium light tank. It's located on the north spawn, or south spawn actually, of Abbey, under the command of jksoler of the Tilt clan. And he spotted the enemy, but he's ducked into the castle grounds, or in the Abbey grounds I should say, for cover. Yeah, going around that corner can be problems because, oh, that was an artillery shell being fired from the bushes at the back of the map. Just saw that. Okay, he was spotted, and he's gone into this little alcove for the moment. There's no way out here, it's a cul-de-sac. Anyway, he's going to wait for the enemy to come in, I think, and then he'll blast them. It's a 57mm main gun, which is, as you can see here, capable of doing 90 alpha and 143mm of pen with standard ammo. With the premium ammo he's loaded, it's 195mm, and that's a lot actually when you consider the previous one is only 95, so, or 143 rather, sorry, which means that you're much better off firing premium ammo than you are stock. But some people just like to play the stock because it's all the more difficult to succeed, and therefore it's more of an achievement if you do. Now, it's got very light armor. The best armor is only 15mm at the front of the hull, 14mm at the front of the turret, and everything else is either 20 or 10, so or 15 rather. So you're not going to get much difficulty in penetrating. Oh, he's found the GW. Yes, he was in the bushes, just like I said. And look how quickly these shells fire. Yeah, there's only a 1 second intra-clip reload on these shells, which means that you can pump the enemy full of shots very quickly, but not necessarily kill the enemy tank straight off as he did there with the GW. But he's actually decided to go to this side because there are enemy tanks approaching our cap area, and he'll see what he can do from this distance. Well, he's got a shot there, but because it doesn't aim in or dial in very quickly, not all of those shots are going to hit the target. But he got enough of them in to actually make a difference, and that P43 is now very low on hit points. Unfortunately, he also has a 90mm gun. He's not looking at us at the moment, and now he's out the game. That 90mm should have been pointed in this direction to counter him. Who have we got down here? Well, nobody down here, but we do have the E25 in the castle ground, on the Abbey grounds now. jksoler's now decided to head over in this direction to try and get shots on the Type 58. He's been spotted by a Shure MV7X. He needs to be careful because that guy could have a big gun. So far, he hasn't been hit by it. In fact, he did get spotting on damage on the Shure MV7X. And now he's going in to kill the Type 58, who unfortunately was trying to kill our Arty. And he's out the game. So 2 kills now for jksoler. Going up the river road, our Bossy's reloading. Standard reload is 15 seconds. 15.66 seconds, and he's got 14 seconds. So he's managed to knock a full second off the reload, and he's popped the reload again, 14.01. There you go. So, got rid of that Shure MV7X, and now he has 3 kills. And the program for a second stuck. Trying to get shots on that 60G FT, who's up inside the Abbey grounds. Managed to get in there. But we don't need to shoot him just yet. In fact, there's a Stug Aslains going after him, so we can leave him alone. And JK is going after the enemy cap area. There's supposedly a KV-1SA up here, If he does manage to pump all of those rounds into the KV-1SA, he's going to need to make a fast getaway because he won't have enough in his clip to actually wipe the guy out with one shot or one bout of shooting. There we go. Now he's just sitting behind, blasting away, making sure each shell hit. Oh, the Arty hit. In fact, that may have saved him. Yep, he got the kill. He did get stunned by the Arty shell, but yep, a shell from his own M12 managed to cut down that guy's hit points to such a large extent that he managed to get him with one clip. And now there's only one enemy left. It's the 60GFT, and rather than sit in the cap area, he wants that kill. So he's gone up to the bushes to see if he can use the bush mechanic to get shots on this guy. Not easy, unfortunately, but let's see what he can do, because the guy might see him. No, there's that tank in the way there. There's a tank in the way. You might want to reload. And the 60GFT does go down, and that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tank of a jksoler in the AMX 1357F, the grand final version. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. His win rate was 4,133, which is super unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there we go. He's not the highest damage in the game. The chopper on our team managed to get a high caliber for 2,529 hit points of damage. And jksoler got second place with 1,412, followed by the Tiger 1 on the enemy team, who got 1,384. When it came to kills, though, he was tops. He had 4 kills. 2 kills went to the chopper on our team, the P43 Biz and the E25. And on the enemy team, it was the T150 and the M6 who both got 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, yep, he got that one too. So he got second place on damage, first place on kills, first place on base XP. He got 1,001. He was the only player to get over 1,000 base. Next highest was the chopper with 999. And then we've got the P43 Biz who got 654. He fired 26 rounds in that game. Well, this tank actually doesn't carry that much in the way of rounds, only 56 in total. So he still had 30 rounds left at the end of the game, but 18 direct hits on the enemy, 17 penetrations. That's very good, actually. So he was getting hits, although a few of those shots where he blasted away on the P43, I think a few of those might have missed the target. 1,412 hit points of damage, of which 730 were at more than 300 meters. So a lot of long-range shooting. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 4 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and he got 964 hit points of damage assistance, which meant that he wasn't that far from actually getting a spotter badge as well. On a premium count, he actually made a loss overall of 14,053 credits, and it's down to the fact that he used the premium ammo, the APCR. He wanted to actually make sure that each of those shells counted to get the penetration, but it really did cost him, so he ended up making a loss there. But he made a profit when it came to base XP because, of course, he got 7,809 in total, including getting a mission completion for 6,008. So, yes, he enjoyed that one. Top experience, the only player over 1,000, and I'm sure it was a good experience, actually, because this tank is fast. It moves about quickly. They didn't actually put it into production in reality. It was discontinued in real life. They went with the 75mm gun instead. It was a development during the 50s to make the where they were actually making the AMX 13-ton tank. And of course, they wanted a light airborne tank that could actually be ferried about between the colonies of France. But unfortunately, the 1357 never came into being. But I think there's a trick to actually playing this one, unless you're actually driving around the target, literally, circle jerking him to actually get rid of him that way. The best thing you should do is you should fire intermittently, or just one at a time, one every second. So you let it dial in instead of actually firing it all in one big clip straight away and just as fast as possible before pulling back. Because this thing is really accurate so long as you let it dial in. but he wasn't actually doing that on this occasion. But I'm sure he had fun, because every tank he attacked in that game, except the 60 GFT and the Hellcat, which of course he was spotting for, every tank he actually put a shell into died, and he got the kill. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give this a like, and thank you for watching.